Hi guys, it's Ray and we are here with The Buzz and we have a special guest today. It's Anais and she is from Netflix's Babysitters Club. Now, if you were a kid when I was a kid or even now, you'll recognize Babysitters Club as one of the most phenomenal book franchises that's now come to TV for a second time. So welcome Anais, how are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Great. So tell me a little bit about how you got into acting in the first place.
Well, I actually started off as a model and I got spotted by a photographer in the park with my sister. And after doing a bunch of commercials and print shoots, my agent sent me out for a movie audition and that movie was Blood Ties. And I actually ended up booking it and I played the role of Janie, Zoe Saldana's daughter. And that role was just so amazing and so many people in the movie just were so talented, and from when I was 5 years old, I just knew I wanted to do acting for the rest of my life. Nice.
So is that your earliest memory of getting on set and being around all the actors and actresses? And tell me a little bit more about just doing that for the first time.
Those are definitely some of my first memories. I remember this little stuffed teddy bear that I had on set that was my little toy, and they even let me keep it, and I still have it to this day. It's in my room, and I called it Teddy. And just working with Zoe Saldana was so amazing, and she was a mom to me. She was my stepmom, but she really just took me and my sister under her wing and just showed us all around set, showed us the works, and she was just a big inspiration.
Nice. Okay, so coming to Babysitters Club, tell me about the experience of getting into that role and auditioning and just finally getting there where you're on the set.
Well, after I got out of school one day, my mom called me and she said that we need to find a dance coach really, really quickly because Jesse's a dancer. And so we just tried to find a dance coach super quickly because Netflix really wanted Jesse to be the role, the person who played Jesse to be a dancer. And so I had to come up with choreography, and then we did the self-tape, and it was honestly really quick. And I was taking pictures with my sister and my mom in the park one day, and then we get a call from my agent that I got a call back, and it was later on that day, and we were so excited. We drove home really quickly, and I did the call back, and the next day we got a call that saying I was one of the top picks for it, and I was so excited all day in school. I could barely pay attention in school. I was just so excited. And when I got home from school, my mom called me and she told me I booked the part. And I was so happy because I worked really hard for that role, just doing all the dancing and the training. And when my dad walked through the front door, when he got back from walking my dog, I ran into his arms. I was like, I booked the Babysitters Club.
Nice. Well, congratulations. I mean, obviously very delayed, but congratulations for that moment. Is the Babysitters Club something you were a fan of before? Did you ever read the books, or did you know much about the project, or did you just say, this just sounds really cool?
I knew about the books. I didn't read them that much, but I did read a few of the books. I know I read Mary Ann Saves the Day. That was a really good book. I loved that one. And when I got onto set, we were shooting in a place that had no internet, so I decided to read the Jessie books to get more into my character. So I read probably 5 of the Jessie books while I was filming, and the books are so amazing. I love the books, and so it was just so cool to actually be able to portray the character and see that story come to life.
So what was it like on set? Because obviously it's a Babysitters Club. There are a whole bunch of girls, a bunch of different personalities. What was it like on set, just shooting with everyone and just having those moments too?
Being on set was one of the best experiences I've ever had. It was definitely my favorite project I've ever filmed. All of the girls are so nice, and they were so welcoming just the first day that I showed up. And we bonded really quickly. And we always went out to the mall together. We went out to different places in Canada where we were filming. And a special bond I created on set was with my co-star Vivian, who plays Mallory, and she's my best friend in the show. And we're still best friends. I talk to all of the girls every single day, and I just love them. And the cast and crew were just amazing.
So now that it's been out, what has the reception been like? And of course, school has kind of been out for a bit as we deal with this pandemic, but just even reaction from your friends and your classmates and, you know, everybody that you know. How has that been?
It's been amazing. All of my friends have been like texting me and they're like posting to their stories like, oh, it's Anais. And some of my old friends from Philadelphia, where I used to live, have been texting me too. They're like, oh, I saw you on the Babysitters Club, congratulations. And it's so amazing seeing it all like out now, because I had to keep this a secret for months. So now that everybody actually knows, it's like surreal.
So when you were actually having it come out and all that stuff, of course, there wasn't a huge premiere because of the pandemic and all of that. How did they deal with that stuff?
I mean, all the other girls just did, like, they did a lot of press too, they did a lot of interviews, and they're still like, they're still really fun to do. I love doing interviews and like writing down all my answers. I wish we did do a premiere so I could see all my friends again, but we still like FaceTime, we text all the time.
So I always ask people, what is it like actually watching your work back? So you filmed it, you put all this work into it, your friends have seen it, and now it's your turn to actually sit there and watch Netflix. I know a lot of actors and actresses actually don't watch their stuff. Do you watch yours?
I do watch my scenes because, you know, I just wanted to see like the work that I put into it. I wanted to see the product. It was really weird watching myself on TV, like dancing and acting. I was like, oh, wow. It's like when I was filming, it's just like, I do not remember sounding like that. It's just like all the memories coming back from filming, just like, wow.
So of course you have a twin.
Yes.
Do you guys go out for roles together sometimes? Do you book roles together? I know you've worked together in the past, but how does that dynamic work with you guys as both actresses?
Me and my sister, we share roles a lot, and especially when we were younger, because like set times, they need twins to like film at different times. But as we got older, we like started doing roles like on our own. But me and my sister, we still like support each other. Like she helps me with my lines. Even when I was filming, she was in LA and I was in Canada, and she would still like FaceTime me and ask me everything that was going on. And she's honestly the best sister. She's so supportive. And we do go out for the same auditions, but when one of us books in and the other one doesn't, we're not sad or jealous of the other twin. We're still super happy for each other.
Which I love, because of course there's roles for everyone, there's enough room for everyone, and then it's also cool to have someone to bounce your ideas off of and practice with that's in the industry that happens to look like you. So that's also a bonus too. So going forward, of course, is there going to be another season? I don't know if you know that or you could tell me, but even if there's not, what are your plans for your career? What are you excited about?
Well, we don't know if there's going to be another season yet. You'd have to ask Netflix that, but it's been amazing shooting this show, and I created friendships that will definitely last a lifetime. And I'm so excited for the future, and I have like upcoming projects like lined up, but I can't say anything about that just yet. But I'm really excited for the future and to see what comes.
All right, so as we wrap up, I want to ask you, what is your favorite thing about this career?
My favorite thing about acting in general is just meeting people. I love just like meeting new people on set and just getting into a character. And it's like stepping out of your body and then going into like a new person. It's so cool just to like become a new person.
Yeah. And what's one thing you think that you've learned as you've kind of come up and had different roles, and this kind of one of the bigger roles you've had? What's something you've learned that's really cool that you want to continue to improve on or pass on?
Something that I've learned while acting is to never give up. I know people say that all the time, but honestly it's really true, because you could get 1,000 no's, but all it takes is that one yes to like jumpstart your career. And I have personally gotten a lot of no's in my life, but you can't give up, because if you ever feel like giving up, you never know what like could hold for you in the future. I remember right before my audition for the Babysitters Club, my sister, she was getting a lot of callbacks, and she just recently booked a movie, and I was like, why aren't I? And I was wondering, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And I got this audition. I was like, you know, I'm really gonna try my very, very, very hardest for this role, and now look.
There you go, look at you now. Well, congratulations again, and thank you. And I'm excited. I haven't watched it yet. I'm in the middle of one show, so this is on my list after because I have to watch it. And actually, Jessie was my favorite character growing up, so I'm definitely excited to watch. But thank you for being here with us, and all the best.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Anais, and you've just been buzzed.